Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this part, my friends, I'm going to be testing the Radeon RX 6600 8GB GPU in Grey Zone Warfare. This one is the Afox model of the card. We are running it with the latest AMD drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Up's GPU series, as bar is also enabled. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with half of its cores disabled, so it's basically the same as a Ryzen 7 7800X3D. And over on the memory tab, we're using 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM in dual channel. And yes, these are a bit overkill for an RX 6600, I know, but any CPU that doesn't bottleneck it will get you the same performance. So let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p using the lowest settings here with TSR and 100% resolution scale, so it's native 1080p resolution with the low settings and 66 FOV. Alright, here we have it, guys. 35 FPS. That is extremely rough. Holy crap. A GPU like this should be able to do at least 60 FPS plus the entire time at 1080p low settings, you know. After all, this is a capable GPU of medium to high settings and 60 plus FPS all of the time in other games. Also games that are very intensive as well. But over here, well, yeah, it's UE5, it's completely broken, it's early access, it's super intensive and demanding to run, especially without frame generation, and they do actually recommend everyone to utilize frame generation as well. So this is what we end up with. At least we can get 30 plus FPS, right? I think maybe it's gonna drop. Okay, these are just shader compilation stutters, which are still here. Yeah, around here we're getting like low 30s, mid 30s at times. Again, it's playable like this. It's not super enjoyable, but I guess if someone really wants to play this game, you can do it with the RX 6600 at the very least, right? Even without using any upscalers and stuff like that, it's still native resolution, so it works. It's just extremely underwhelming, and if you're used to playing other games with your 6600 with 60 FPS, you know, you're not gonna like this experience too much. Although, again, it's playable because it's a slower paced shooter. I see an enemy up there, so I'm just gonna stand still here. Hopefully this is gonna hit first time. Okay, no, he's not dead. Right, now he's dead. At least the lag is somewhat gone, like it's still here, but it's much better than it used to be. Maybe because a lot of people have stopped playing the game already. Sometimes you will waste like 30 bullets trying to kill a guy and he's not going down at all. It happened to me yesterday. I was playing with my 4080 Super, everything fine, you know, getting immersed in the game, because I really like the gameplay, honestly, even though the performance is absolute trash, and the servers as well, and the lag. But yeah, sometimes I can actually have fun in a game like this, and I was just feeling it, so I played a little bit. And there was a bot, guys, that was standing still. He wasn't moving at all. I could see his legs, basically, from the waist down, and I started shooting at him, and he wasn't moving. And I was like, yes, free kill, basically, because the bot is bugged out or something. And there was still like the blood animation coming off of him, and he was moving like this, you know, getting hit, basically. And no joke, guys, I spent like 20 bullets shooting at his leg, and then I moved on because he wasn't dying. So I moved a little bit closer to him, he rushed me, and I died. I still shot him a few more times on the chest when he moved towards me, but then he killed me with one shot to the head, and that's it. That summarizes a lot of my experience with this game, especially when the servers are lagging like crazy. Alright, anyway, come on. It was right here, actually. I saw his legs, like, for example, right there, you know, and I was like, yep, let's shoot his legs 300 times. But he couldn't see me like that, you know. God damn it, mate. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have exemplified there. Oh boy. Anyway, that's it. That's a good run here for a 6600. It does a fine job. It's playable. After like 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay, those shader compilation stutters will be gone, so the game will smooth out after a while as well. And you also need more than 16 gigabytes of RAM to play this properly. As you can see, it's using more more than 16 at the moment, or at least allocating more than 16, and the 8 gigabytes of VRAM on the GPU are also maxing out, at least on the allocation side of things. We can't really see the usage in this particular title, unfortunately. Now, I'm gonna stop it there, though, and we're gonna try it with some FSR. Also, I think there's no point in playing on higher than low settings because it looks pretty decent even on low, honestly, and it will just run worse, obviously, so that's not something that you should do, at least with the 6600. Native AA is what we're using now with FSR, and frame generation is enabled. So the game is not using upscaling here, it's just using frame generation over native resolution and generating some more frames to make the game look a little bit smoother or feel a little bit smoother. Now, if you do this, you can see that it becomes pretty stuttery, like not in the frame time graph, but the visuals do become really stuttery. And I noticed that if you turn your camera very, very fast, it just stops using frame generation for some reason. It's really weird, but if you're playing like on a console, moving like this, oh yes, very good, right? You can see that it is considerably smoother than without frame generation. So just avoid quick movements in some areas at least, and it will be a smoother experience. Now, the problem that I have with frame generation here, at least below 60 or like 75 FPS, is it feels like crap, guys. Like, essentially, you're getting the same input lag as half of the frame rate that you're achieving when using frame generation, and that means that this is input lag equivalent to 25 frames per second on average. Yeah, that's pretty rough. It feels way less responsive than 30 FPS Plus did at 1080p low settings, just native 30 FPS, you know. Although, on a YouTube video, it is going to look better and feel smoother, of course. It also looks smoother to my eyes, obviously, but since you're watching a video, you can't really notice the input lag reduction here, which is absolutely terrible, guys. Like, I'm gonna try exemplifying it, but even here you can't really feel it that well because you're not really actually playing the game and feeling that input lag. But I can tell you that I would rather play with 30 FPS locked with 1080p native resolution low settings than this. And over here in this area, it's a little bit less intensive and it can actually go over 60 FPS for a little while, as you can see. Not a problem. Again, I still feel like you should just play without the frame generation turned on because it's a more responsive experience here. Although this is still doable. Oh my god, I ran out of bullets. No. Okay, all good. Oh boy. All right. Let's go this way. You know what? At least now that we don't have the stuttering problem anymore, it's actually pretty consistent, right? Come on, there we go. Let me reload this as well. Oh boy. There's one really far away over there. Okay, there we go. And the problem with FSR Quality is that it will be very, very hard pressed to notice people at the distance, like right there, for example. I can actually shoot that guy from here. Well, if I land the shots, but I can clearly see him. But with FSR Quality, the game would be rendering at 720p resolution and upscaling to the 1080p res, and it doesn't really do a great job, at least not as good as DLSS. And even DLSS in this game is kind of terrible, actually, at least at 1080p resolution. Okay, I got 2 bullets. I might as well just pick up an AK or something. Yeah, there we go. All right, how many bullets on the AK? Oof, look at that. Yeah, that just feels so weird whenever you pan the camera around like that really fast, you know? All right, come on. Gee, the recoil on this. Kind of insane compared to the other weapon. Oh boy. Anyway, I think that's been it. It does drop still into the 50s over here, but it's actually a little bit better than what we saw previously, but now it's dropping into like the mid-50s. Yeah, when I first applied frame generation, it was definitely doing a lot worse than here, right? Like, yeah, this is quite stable, above like 55 all of the time. I'm gonna stop it there, guys, and we should probably try it with FSR frame generation plus quality FSR now, alright? And then I'm gonna disable frame generation and just play with quality FSR alone. Ooh, I can definitely notice right away a lot more noise in the picture, especially if you're moving, like around the knife, for example. All of the grass over here is really, really noisy and pixelated, but it does feel quite nice now, since it is above 60 FPS the entire time, and actually above 75 FPS the entire time as well. And that, my friends, is very playable for this game, and I would actually prefer 75 plus FPS all of the time compared to like 30 to 40 native. This is a slower paced shooter, so it works quite well, in my opinion, with these settings, or at least with these FPS, not so much these settings, because again, it looks very pixelated at the moment, and it's very hard to spot people in this title because of the amount of details and vegetation, foliage, and so on. And it gets even harder if you pixelate the image and make it render at 720p, even with the upscaling to 1080p from FSR2, or 3 actually, in this game. It's not pretty, okay? I wouldn't really use this, guys, unfortunately. If it was getting these FPS at 1440p, yeah, sure, I would go with that, because at 1440 things are much clearer, the visuals, you know, but here at 1080, I think it just becomes a bit too noisy, to my eyes at least, and I would choose the first settings that we started with, 1080p, low settings, native resolution. Still, I'm gonna keep on going. There are some of you that might prefer this experience. It certainly feels way smoother. All right, all of these guys are still dead, so we can loot their stuff. Good. Very, very good. I'm actually gonna drink this. Why not, right? We got the option to drink it, so all good. There we go. And let me just loot these guys as well. And also, if you enable the Radeon anti-lag in the Radeon settings, or Adrenaline settings, you could have a much more stable experience. Keep on going here. I also reduced the FOV. I usually play with 75, but that's because I downsized my monitor as well. I used to use a 42-inch monitor. Oh, the shader compilation is unreal. Holy crap, stop it. Stop it, stop it. Stop loading everything inside of the town, please. At once, at least. Oh, boy. Oh boy, that was terrifying. What was I saying? I even forgot what I was talking about, guys. There's a guy over there. Oh boy, wait. Come on, come on. There we go, he's dead. And I got shot at? No, I'm just suppressed here. That's good. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna stop here. No, there's another one. Come on. Come on. Come on, just die already. Die, please. Please. Gosh. Okay. I'm losing a little bit of blood, but I don't think I'll die from this. Oh my god, so many of them. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run away. All right. You know what? They don't know that I'm here. Maybe. I don't know if they know. But I'm going to go ahead and set it to frame generation off. Okay, so now we're playing with quality FSR alone without frame generation. And as you can see, instead of getting like the low 30s that we were seeing before, we're now up into the low 20s and high 30s most of the time, I guess. Oh boy. Come on, reload. Get inside. Start counting the frames. Close the door. Thank you. Okay, I'm not losing blood anymore, so everything is fine, although I should definitely find some meds. You know what, it actually felt way smoother with the quality FSR, guys, so I think I might actually use that with this GPU. Please, gosh, why can't you swap things, game? God damn it. Alright. There's one. Come on, he's dead, I think. He dropped to the ground there. Alright. We're doing this. Nice. Another one dead. Please don't get stuck. Oh my god. I'm stuck. What the hell? Oh boy. That's the worst area to be stuck at. Come on. Where are they? There's one of them right there. Come on. Oh boy. Just breathe, buddy. Breathe. There we go. He's dead. Oh, damn it. I think we're gonna die. Guys, yep. Yep, I've been shot way too much right now. I am losing a ton of blood, and I didn't really remember to bring a bandage with me. Alright, I guess that's been it, guys. There's no more viable options, I believe, for the little 6600 here in this particular title. That guy's dead as well. Good stuff. Once again, as I told you, I wouldn't really consider playing with medium settings because those look almost the same as low. I mean, they do look a little bit better, but it's not much. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna go with a knife. I'm gonna go with a knife. Come over here, you. Yeah. God damn it. All right. And I wouldn't also play at like 720p native because that looks even worse than this with FSR quality. I wouldn't use like lower FSR options either because that just becomes way more pixelated. And this is already really pixelated. Even with FSR quality without frame generation, doesn't really look that great, guys. So yeah, if you value visual clarity, go with 1080p native resolution. It gets 30 plus FPS all of the time. If you value FPS and performance, quality FSR plus frame generation is a decent way to play the game with 70 plus FPS all of the time. Input lag is there, but it's not too obnoxious. But if you value well-made games that are well optimized, don't buy this game. That's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love you all. Bye-bye.